Hi everyone. This is going to be the video that is listed on my YouTube archive as being the update for March the 2nd of 2026. That being said, this particular video is not going to match the same kind of format as pretty much all of the other update videos that I've done so far on this channel. And starting with the fact that as I am recording this, it's actually the 4th of March. I'm sorry, the 4th of April. The 4th of April. And what I am doing, I'm in the process of building this YouTube archive. If you have found this video, the only place where this particular video is going is on YouTube. So, almost certainly if you are watching this, you found it there. Unless it goes viral for some reason, and God knows why it would. But anyway, and so the thing is, there were no video officially updates that I recorded on the 2nd or 3rd of March. And I didn't do the whole go back and record one the next morning or anything like that for those two particular days. Those 2 days, and I'm sure if you're interested, you can look back and watch the March 1st update. And for that matter, like the March 4th and 5th updates, kind of the ones surrounding these 2 dates, and you can probably get the gist of what was occurring. And so, but I was wondering, what I was going to do when I was building this YouTube archive. Was I just going to leave these 2 days empty? And just have it, this ladder that has been kind of going on starting with December 27th, having one every day, and then nothing just randomly for 2 days, and then just jumping back in. But I thought, I think the way that I'd like to handle this one is, I'm going to film a video that is just going to be for YouTube only. All these other updates, again, were on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I have a lot of people that know me in a lot of different, who have a lot of different preferred platform, and so I kind of put all this stuff out, and then random people seem to enjoy kind of watching some of these updates. So sure, why not? That being said, this one not going to appear on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or anywhere else. Did I say not YouTube? YouTube only, and really only hidden in my archive. Not going to be promoted. Not going to do cutting it into clips unless I say something really, really cute during during this one. But I don't think I'm going to be, making short clips based on this one either. Really, if you're watching this, congratulations. You've almost found hidden content on this channel. And hopefully this subject matter is interesting to you. Although I don't have the 10-minute timer, normally I record these videos using TikTok's video filmer, because it's short and it's quick and easy to use. For this, I'm just using the general video camera recording function that has a time, clock going on, and just kind of watching the time, and probably go for about 10 minutes ish, just like the other videos. But essentially, what I thought I would do here is just kind of riff a bit, and just random family memory type of stuff. And and we'll start kind of here where I'm kind of in the corner in my house, my living room, dining room area, where for years, when I left my place open for my parents to come visit and whatnot, Mom had a little computer area set up right in this corner, and so this kind of corner has, for the most part, been, and I just kind of left it in this arrangement, hoping that they'd be able to come back and visit. But And so it's kind of left still the way that she kind of had things arranged. I let her, use these shelves for whatever. And just thought, we might look at some of this stuff together. So, like this. This is actually my father. I believe this was his high school senior picture. For the most part, he spent a lot of his high school growing up in, a lot of his years growing up in the Camas, Washington area. Very close to where I still live, as a matter of fact. It's the namesake of one of the school districts that I sub for now. It was actually the same school district that he went to, and oddly enough, I've substituted at the middle school that is the successor to where he went. And the high school, and he actually ended up transferring. His family moved to San Mateo, California, and he, I believe, he's officially a graduate of San Mateo High, which, from what I understand, has several famous alumni there as well. Being California, and that being said, I believe for his freshman year, he actually did attend a school that is actually, as I'm filming this, I'm kind of testing the waters of substituting in high schools, and I believe the school that he went to in his freshman year, obviously new building by now, but is a school that I'm almost certainly going to start doing high school days at, that I will be introducing in a video, I'm sure, at some point, as the Papermaker School. And kind of a neat full circle moment that I'll eventually probably get to sub at a place that he attended. But anyway, let's see. Here we have, actually, these are my grandparents. Grandpa there was Dad's biological father. The gal there, my grandma, was actually a step grandma. I hear varying accounts about how the relationship between Dad and his parents were. Every time that I met my grandparents, they always were nice to me. That being said, Grandma had high expectations for things being, a certain way, and it was definitely a called it Grandma Zelma prep mode. Dad's name was Mike, and Grandma's name is Zelma. Zoom in on them all the way. And if you're, and so it's actually kind of interesting in a, at least in a family nerdy type of way, that, my family, apparently we go, like, at least my father's side, which is the side that we're talking about here, somehow, somewhere circa 1900, 1910-ish, their clan ended up in the Camas, Washington area. And so during the time when he was young, this picture was taken in like the 50s. And when they were around, and getting together, which is in the 40s, Camas was quite a small place. And if I remember the story correctly, for a lot of the time while this was going on, Grandpa worked at a, the reason why the Papermaker School is called the Papermaker School is because there was the big thing in this town was a gigantic paper mill. And he was involved with, I guess it was Crown Zellerbach for a point, and then James River. But during this era, it was Crown and went under all sorts of different names. Our story for another day just comes to my mind here. And she came from a family in another family in Camas, and apparently there were members of this family and members of this family. There were a bunch of them running around Camas at this time. To the best of my knowledge, that's kind of run its course at this point in terms of our side. I actually happen to personally know that that this side of the family is actually still involved with the Camas area. Because turns out when I was doing my teaching internship, one of the other girls that was in the teaching internship turns out ended up being somehow part of a distant part of that clan, long story short. And for years that they were involved with the fire department there and like the Chamber of Commerce there, and I don't want to say semi-prominent family around there, but and involved with the lakes or the park department there too, somehow. And anyway, but apparently there were members of these two clans running around Camas, this small little town, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and my family was essentially the union of those two. Who knows? Goodness knows if it's the only one, but probably, who knows? We're talking like 1930s 90210 going on here. And I'm going to, cut off this video here in a couple more minutes after just rambling here. Again, didn't have any set point of what I was going to get to. But down here, Mom has a bunch of photo albums. And I was looking through those, at least a couple of them, and here's one that includes photos from 2005. Okay, 2005. And and this is actually a Christmas Day in 2005, and believe it or not, same place. See where that tree is? That's basically where I'm sitting right now. And honestly, I was looking for that sweater. I was looking for that sweater to to wear in this video, but I couldn't find it. This was Dad 20 years ago. And with Dad, it was always these running shorts. Up until, like, the day that he had his stroke. These running shorts. Well, the ladies want to see my legs, he would say. Just randomly looking through here, as a matter of fact, I have a very small extended family, and here they are as of December 2020, Christmas 2005. That's me. That's my believe it or not, cousin. Those are both cousins of mine that are like 20 years older than I am. My dad had me when he was in his 40s, so yeah. This was my aunt, who passed away about 20 years ago. And this was actually Grandma Zella. And again, a few pictures from, and I believe this was actually at cousin's house. Honestly, I haven't heard from my cousins in years. Not that we grew apart or anything. Weren't really a particularly close extended family, to be honest. Got together at certain times, and that was kind of it. A couple other family members we had at the time. Mom and a cat we had at the time named Blackie. Cat I had at the time. Given that this was my place. Yeah, and so this video is already around about 15 minutes, and there's a whole lot more riffing I'll do, and I'll probably cut this one here and continue riffing in the one that I'm going to call the update for the 3rd. Alright, since I'm filming this differently, I'm going to now try to see if I can figure out how to post this, and then I'll continue on with the one for the 3rd. Thanks for joining me, and ciao.